Bonjour, bonjour. PSG's Ligue 1 title destiny is in their hands after they pick up a cheeky little win. And of course, fellow title chasers Lyon suffer a defeat. But what's going to happen this next round of matches? We'll take a little look at it next. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we take a look at a match day number 21 out in Ligue 1, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, and subscribe. Keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Ligue 1 related, football related. We're going to do here on Roverseas, of course. A bit of a catch-up week this week for Marseille. They got double match week for themselves. Who else has got double match week? Who's their opposition? I think it is Lyons, of course. I'll talk more about that in a minute. I want a big shout, of course, to the Patreons. You know who you are. We've got 24 of them right here, right now, as of recording, and they could get up to officially 25 if you are interested. Check out that link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But yes, indeed, a chance for, of course, Marseille to put 6 points on themselves this week, as the others can only put down 3. Of course, it is a bit of a catch-up week, so let's get into it. First and foremost, we're going to look back, of course, how we all got on last weekend, as, of course, PSG under Pochettino, of course, go back top of the table. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Kick it all off back on Friday, the 15th of Jan. It was a 3-2 win for Monaco over Montpellier. Actually, with an all-score draw on this one. Kevin Volland, Wissam Ben Yedder with a couple of goals himself. Seppi El Wahi and Andy Delors getting the goals for Montpellier as they drew a 1-1. Of course. Meanwhile, Marseille again against Nîmes. It's a bit of a surprise here. Nicolas Eliasson, of course, formerly of Bristol City, scoring a couple of goals there for Nîmes. Getting them a 2-1 win in the end. Dario Benedetto getting the 1-0 goal for Marseille, but they lost at home. Actually, over the 2-0 win myself. Shame on me. Kicking off first, Angers against PSG, of course, a 1-0 win for PSG. A difficult game, this one, Angers. Actually, over the 2-0 win myself. Had to rely on Lavan Kouazaza on the score sheet for PSG to give them the 3 points and to go top of the pops. Into Sunday's matches, it was, of course, Brest cheeky up against Rennes. 2-1 win for Rennes in the end, of course, with a 2-1 win. Benjamin Bougerouge, Clement Grenier on the score sheet for Rennes. Frank Honorot getting the goal for Stade Brest as they suffered a defeat at home. Actually, went with an all draw on that one. Not too shabby. Not too great either. Lorient against Dijon. I think this was postponed. Yes, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. Yes, indeed. So I went with the one who went for Lorient, but we'll wait. Meanwhile, Nantes played Lens, and another draw for Nantes' new manager, of course, Deberesh, I think his name is. Goals on the day for Nantes. Imar Louza getting the goal from the penalty spot for Nantes. Gael Kukuka, formerly of Chelsea, of course, on the score sheet for Lens as they split the game right down the middle. Meanwhile, Nice up against Bordeaux was a 3-0 win for Bordeaux, which was not very, very nice, was it now? Huang Ujo on the score sheet for Bordeaux. Paul Bayassi and Thomas Basic giving Bordeaux a big win, climbing up into 8th for the table. Nice are very, very much closer to the relegation zone at the moment, so they need to sort that pretty much shit out. Meanwhile, Strasbourg continue their recent revival with the one they went over Saint-Étienne. Actually, I remember the 0-0 draw myself. Not too good for me. Ludovic Akajari on the score sheet for Strasbourg, giving them the 1-0 win to give them 3 valuable points as well. Into the final 2 here, Lille against Stade Reims was a 2-1 win for Lille. Actually, remember the 3-0 win myself. Goals on the day, Jonathan Bamba and Jonathan David on the score sheet for Lille. Abba Zenelli on the score sheet for Reims as they could not get the win out of Lille, of course, who now remain second in the table, level on points with PSG. Of course, the surprise of the week, I suppose of the weekend really, was one with a Metz lastminute.com winner, Aran Leil Ezeka getting the goal for Metz in a 1-0 win. I think pretty much everybody put Lyon for this one. I actually remember the 2-0 win. As you can see, I did pretty shitty this weekend, 2-0. Hopefully, this week we'll do a much, much better, of course. Let's take a look at the table as it stands. Here we go. Lorient, Dijon must be going down as it stands. Of course, those two have to play their game in hand at some stage. Potentially, they could both climb themselves out of relegation spots, or at least one of them anyway. Meanwhile, PSG lead the charge at the top of the table. Of course, Lille are level on points as well. Lyon are down to 3rd, but a win away from going back at the top as well. Monaco up to 4th right now. Stade Reims back up to 5th. Marseille up to 6th. Of course, Angers not too far away either. Of course, that could all change with this double match week. On the table for Marseille, 6 points. And if they win both of them, they could go as high as 4th. As for Lens, they've also got 6 points on the table. If they win both of them, they could also go as high as 6th. They actually leapfrog Lens in the process. But anyway, let's take a look at how you all got on last time around. There's the criteria. 0 to 3. 3, you're just like me and you're in the shit face gang. 4 to 7 straight face club, and 8 plus you're in the top bins. Iron Stringer did good, the D-Man did shite. It's okay though. The Game and Charlie also did poop. Vincent Hong did bits. Nathan Eva also had a nightmare, as did Aloji Ojo. He did alright actually. Ultra Omamira not too bad as well. Omaji Monday, he did okay. Esquivel not too shabby as well. The Mexican Sniper did bits as well. Yannick also did bits. Hansworth also did very well. And okay did okay, as Shane O'Donnell not too shabby, boys and girls. Tom Stainer also did very, very good as well. Of course, the patrons kicking ass and taking names. Costas K didn't do okay. Shepard also though, he did very, very well. As Sammy I do back, of course, but he did poop. As the Russell Frost though, he did very, very well. Who's your shit man this week? Is Sammy I do did shy. Don't look at it, mate. Don't look at it. Costas K, just like me, did shite. If your name's Hans Worst though, take a bloody impressive bow. Look at that. 7 out of I think 9 this week, so not too bad. He has actually hit a bloody home run there. Ultra Shane and Russell Frost also did very, very well as well, with a 6 out of 9. An impressive tally there. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. If your name's Amsai, I say me, I do, or the Cringe King, don't even look at it, mate. Don't even look at it. But if your name's Hans Worst, what a shot there. Of course, joint leaders at the moment with a Magi Monday. The D-Man's up to 3rd though in bronze medal play position at the moment. Game of Charlie and Shane O'Donnell make up your power 5. But of course, right now we have joint kings at the moment. But of course, it could all change, and it will change, I suspect, over the next few days. Of course, next week match days anyway. So let's get into it. Of course, take a look at the next round of matches. Of course, double match week for Marseille. They're going to be taking on Lens. Of course, this Wednesday they played each other 97 times. The best 40 wins for Marseille, 36 wins for Lens, and 21 draws. Of course, but the last 6 sees 5 for Marseille, nothing for Lens, and 1 draw. Last time out in Marseille was back in 2014 in November. Marseille won with a 2-1 win. Nicolas Nicolo on the score sheet, Florent Taran as well. Baptiste Guglielmi get the goal for Lens. Jacques Alexis Romaro get himself sent off for Marseille. Marseille undefeated in the last 8 matches against Lens in all competitions, but they come into this just 1 win in the past 6 games. So over the recent form for them, very, very shaky. As for Lens, just 1 win in the past 5 games for them as well, and that was against Brest, of course, quite a few games back. Look at the situation out in the bookies on this one. What do we have on this? Marseille 2019 on for the victory. 12 to 5 is your draw. 3 to 1 is your Lens. Of course, Lens come into this. Where are you, Lens? Coming in, finding himself in 10th and win for them. They could actually go as high as 7th. Marseille coming into this in 6th and win for them. They can close in on 5th place. Rennes to 1 point. I think they'll get the W on this one with a 2-0 win to put that in the bag. Kicking on further though, PSG taking on Montpellier. This game is on Friday. All eyes on this one, of course. 64 times they played each other in the past. 28 wins for PSG, 17 wins for Montpellier, and 19 draws. Of course, the last 6 is 5 for PSG, 1 for Montpellier, and no draws. Last time out in Paris was back in February 2020. It was a 5-0 win for PSG. Paris Sarabiera on score sheet, Angel Di Maria, Kylian Mbappe, Daniel Congre with a big fat OG, and Larazam Kuzabaza on the score sheet. Again, he just, of course, scored recently. Dimitri Bertrand and Joris Couture get himself sent off for Montpellier last round. Meanwhile, PSG have actually won 31 of the last 38 matches at home. They also kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 6 matches as well, scoring at least 2 goals in 7 of the last 8 home matches. Montpellier, though, have actually conceded at least 2 goals in 7 of the last 8 matches, so not good for them. They actually coming into this without a win in 6. Meanwhile, PSG, 4 wins in the past 5 games. Their only hiccup was a 1-1 draw against Saint-Étienne. I think that was Matey Boys, Pochettino's first game. But 3 wins on the spin for them at the moment, looking very, very good. And they're, of course, favourites for this one. 92 on for PSG. Number 2 is your draw. 12 to 1 is your Montpellier. Montpellier come into this in 11th spot in the table, but for them, they could go as high as 7th. PSG coming to this in 1st, and for them, they'll be probably 1st.
Of course, top of the box. Oh yeah, top of the box with a big fat W.
If they were to be victorious, I think. And if they will get the win with a 3-0 win, comfortable in the end. Kicking up further, though, we have Lens taking on Nice, of course, which is very, very nice. Played each other the past 86 times, 33 wins for Lens, 30 wins for Nice, and 22 draws, of course. But the last 6 sees 2 wins apiece and 2 draws. Last time out in Lens was a 2-0 win for Lens. That's back in December 2014. William Kiprian and Adamo Koulibaly on the score sheet for Lens as they came out up with a 2-0 win. They've already played this season, and that's back in 23rd of August 2020. Of course, a 2-1 win for Nice. Vieira was in charge there. I mean, Goody with a couple of goals there. Gal Kakuke on the score sheet for Lens as well back in the day. Nice have actually failed to win 9 last 10 matches in Ligue. They come into this without a win at least 5. On the flip side, just 1 win in the past 5 games for Lens. That one was against Brest. We already talked about that, I think. But heading into this, of course, take a look at this one. 23 to 20 is your Lens. 22 to 1 is your draw. 11 to 4 is your Nice. Nice coming to this in 14th spot, but for them, they could go as high as 12th. On the flip side, Lens come into this, of course, in 10th. Mathematically, they could already be up to 7th. And if they win both of these games that they play this week, they could go as high as 6th at the table. That is right. They will get a draw out of this one, so just a 1 point out of the 2 games. So not very, very good week for them. Next up, we have Monaco taking on Marseille. This one's fruity, of course. Played each other in the past 110 times. 40 wins for Monaco, 44 wins for Marseille, and 26 draws. Up in the last 6, he's 1 for Monaco, 3 for Marseille, and 2 draws. Last time out in Monaco was back in the French Cup back in 2019. It was a 2-1 win for Monaco. Jean-Kevin Augustin on the score sheet. Ruben Aguilera getting the goal as well. Meanwhile, Benjamin Lecomte getting a big fat OG for giving Marseille a bit of an exciting moment. However, last time I played each other in the league, and Monaco was a 7-goal thriller. That was back in September 2019. Goal scorers on the day: Dario Benedetto with a couple of goals there, Valerie Germain and Dimitri Payet on the score sheet. Wissam Ben Yedder with a couple of goals, Kite Balde as well in a 7-goal thriller, going in favour of Marseille. They've also played earlier in the campaign, back in the 12th of the 12th, 2020. It was a 2-1 win for Marseille as well. So in the league, Marseille are unbeaten against Monaco in all competitions, both home and away, on at least 5 occasions. Monaco have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 3 matches, whereas Monaco have actually won their last 3. They come into this unbeaten in the last 5. If you want to take a look at all competitions for Monaco, just 1 win in the past 5 for Marseille, of course, but it could be 2 wins in the past 5 games if they beat Lens this coming week. Look at the situation out at the bookies on this one then, shall we? 2017 on for Monaco, 14-5 is your draw, 29-10 is your Marseille. Of course, Monaco come into this in 4th, and with them, they will remain in 4th, but meanwhile, Marseille, of course, potentially have 6 points on the agenda. If they win both of them, they could go as high as 4th in the table. I think this one's going to be going in favour of Monaco in the end with a 2-1 win to break the hoodoo against Marseille. Next up, we have Bordeaux taking on Angers. Of course, played each other in the past 50 times. 17 wins for Bordeaux, 18 wins for Angers, and 15 draws, of course. But the last 6, he's 2 wins apiece and 2 draws. Last time out in Bordeaux was a 1-0 win for Angers. That was back in May 2019. Stéphane Boucoun on the score sheet for Angers. They played each other already in this campaign. It was a 2-0 win for Bordeaux in Angers. That was back in August, of course. Heading into this, Bordeaux just 1 defeat the past 5 games. That 1 defeat was against Reims, of course, back in 2020, back end of the year. Meanwhile, back-to-back defeats for Angers, losing to Monaco and losing to PSG. Can they get back to winning ways? We'll see. Look at this one taking place on Sunday, the 24th of Jan. 5-4 on for Bordeaux. 21-10 is your draw. 12-5 is your away win. That is, of course, Angers. Angers in 7th, and win for them. They could go 6th. Monaco are in 4th, and win for them. They could potentially close in on 3rd spot, but they can't get there. In fact, what am I talking about? Monaco. What am I talking about Monaco for? I mean, Bordeaux. Bordeaux could be in 8th, and win for them. They could actually go as high as 6th in the table. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go with a draw, though. After all that build-up, just going with a draw. Next up, we have Dijon Mustard up against Strasbourg. Of course, played each other 14 times past. 3 wins for Dijon, 7 wins for Strasbourg, and 4 draws, of course. But the last 6, see 2 for Dijon, 4 for Strasbourg, no draws. Last time out in Dijon was a 1-0 win for Dijon. That was back in October 2019. Stevie Wotsa on the score sheet, of course, for Dijon, giving them the 1-0 win. Dijon have actually failed to score in the last 6 home matches. They've also failed to win 17 in the last 19 matches as well. Strasbourg have actually kept clean sheet in the last 3 matches, and actually 3 wins on the spin for them. How on the flip side, Dijon unbeaten in the last 3, yet to taste defeat in 2021, but they've also yet to taste a victory in 2021. Look at the situation out in the bookies on this one then, shall we? We have 30-5 for Dijon, 5-2 is draw, and even Stevens for Strasbourg. Strasbourg actually in 13th spot at the moment, and win for them they could go 12th. Dijon are actually in 19th spot at the moment, but win for them they could actually go as high as 18th. That will be out of the relegation spots, but of course still in the old playoff spot as well. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Strasbourg. They've got their bit between the teeth, and they're looking good at long last. Next up we have Metz taking on Nantes, of course. Played each other in the past 95 times, 24 wins for Metz, 33 wins for Nantes, and 38 draws, of course. But the last 6, he's 1 win apiece and 4 draws. Last time out in Metz was in fact a draw. That's back in November 2020. Sorry, that was in Nantes. Last time I played in Metz was the 1-0 win for Metz. That was back in October 2019. The one and only goal scorer on that day was Habe Diallo on the score sheet. Moulawa Wagi got himself sent off for Nantes. Heading into this, Nantes have actually drawn the last 3 matches. Just 1 defeat the past 4 for them. That 1 defeat was against Lyon. That was pre-new manager, of course, yet to taste defeat in 2021, but drawing too many. 1 defeat the past 6 games for Metz. That 1 defeat was against Rennes. That was, of course, last match of 2020 themselves. Look at the situation out of the bookies on this one. 7-5 for Metz. 21-10 is your draw. 21-10 is also your away win. That is Nantes. Nantes are actually in 17th spot at the moment, and win for them they could actually go as high as 15th. Metz are actually in 9th at the moment, and win for them they could go as high as 7th in the table. I think Metz and Nantes will draw yet again. Goodness gracious me, Nantes yet to really get going with a new manager, but they're not really going backwards either. They're kind of being a bit stagnant, and they need to get their wins under the column. They're becoming the draw specialists, if not already. I think they are 9 draws this season. Goodness gracious me. Next up we have Nîmes up against Lorient. Of course, played each other in the past 10 times, 4 wins for Nîmes, 5 wins for Lorient, and 1 draw. Of course, for the last 6, he's 2 for Nîmes, 3 for Lorient, and 1 draw. Last time out in Nîmes was a 1-win for Nîmes. That was back in Ligue 2, of course, back in April 2018. Ibrahim Conte on the score sheet with a big fat OG, giving Nîmes the victory. Didier Bouanga, Ibrahim Conte as well. Both of them got sent off for Lorient. Tachi Savinia got himself sent off for Nîmes. Nîmes have actually lost their last 7 home matches, of course. Lorient have actually lost 8 of their last 10 matches, both home and away. Nîmes have actually failed to score it in the last 5. Lorient have actually got at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 10. 2 teams in ropey-dopey form. Of course, Nîmes, though, coming to the back of this on the win over Marseille last time around, of course. Let's take a look at the bookies on this one then, shall we? What do we have on this? Is it going to go ahead? I don't see it at the moment. Nîmes against Lorient. It may not go ahead. I'm looking for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think it's going to go. I think this one will be postponed, whatever reason. But anyway, if it does go ahead, Nîmes come into this in 18th spot, and for them, they could actually go 17th. Lorient come into this in where are they? They're actually rooted to the foot of the table, but for them, they could actually go above Nîmes up to as high as 18th in the table. If it goes ahead, I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw, though. Point split right down the middle. Next up, we have Stade Reims up against Brest, cheeky, taking each other on for the 20th time. The previous 19, 4 wins for Reims, 8 wins for Brest, 7 draws, of course, but the last 6 sees 1 win for Reims, 3 for Brest, and 2 draws, of course. Last time out in Reims was a 1-0 win for Reims back in March 2020. Ibalio Toure on the score sheet for Reims. Gissan Kunan got himself sent off, though. They've already played each other this season. It was a 2-1 win for Brest in Brest. Brest have actually conceded at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches as well. They come into this, though. Reims just 1 defeat the past 6. That 1 defeat was, of course, last time around against Lille. On the flip side, just 1 win the past 6 games for Brest. That was against Nice, of course, kicking off 2021 with a bang. I look at the situation out at the bookies on this one then, shall we? 30-10 for Reims, 12-5 is your draw, 2-1 is your Brest. Brest coming to this in a 12th win for them. They could actually go as high as 8th in the table. Reims are actually on the climb as well, 15th spot at the moment, but with them, they could actually go as high as 30th in the league. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Reims at home to get the 3 points and kick on up the table. Next up, we have a really fruity one here. Rennes in 5th up against Lille in 2nd. Played each other 95 times, the past 28 wins for Rennes, 36 wins for Lille, and 31 draws, of course. But the last 6 sees 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws. Last time out in Rennes was a 1-1 draw back in September 2019. Jonathan Iconi on the score sheet for Lille, André Unu on the score sheet for Rennes. They've already played each other in Lille as well back in August 2020. It was a 1-1 draw as well back in the day. Damien De Silva on the score sheet for Rennes, Jonathan Bamber on the score sheet for Lille, with Ronaldo and Sachi Boy getting themselves both sent off for their respective teams. Lille undefeated in 21 of the last 23 matches in Ligue 1. Rennes undefeated in the last 7, though. Lille coming to this just 1 defeat the past 6. That 1 defeat was against Angers. On the flip side, 4 wins at the past 6 games for Rennes. The other 2 were draws. Of course, the bookies odds on this one, 7-4 for Rennes, 21-10 is your draw, 30-8 is your Lille. Of course, Rennes in 5th, and with them, they could go 4th in the table. Lille are in 2nd, and with them, they could go big fat W, a little bit of lady luck going their way. I've gone with a 2-2 draw, though. I can't split the 2 sides. Can you? Make sure you get picks nice in and early, of course. And wrap it up. It was Saint-Étienne taking on, of course, Lyon. Played each other 113 times, the past 40 wins apiece and 33 draws. But the last 6 sees 1 win for Saint-Étienne, 4 for Lyon, and 1 draw. Last time out in Saint-Étienne was, in fact, a 1-0 win for Saint-Étienne. That was back in October 2019. Robert Berich on score sheet on the 90th minute to give them the 3 points. They already played each other at Lyon this season back in November, of course. It was a 2-1 win for Lyon. Tino Tende Kawaderi with a couple of goals there, and Antonio Lopez going to want to go for Saint-Étienne. It was a big fat OG. Saint-Étienne have actually drawn the last 4 matches at home. Lyon undefeated in the last 8 on the road. Of course, Lyon coming to this just 1 win the past 3 games. On the flip side, 1 win the past 6 for Saint-Étienne. That 1 win was against Bordeaux. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? 11-2 for Saint-Étienne, 9-4 on for Lyon, and 7-2 is your draw. Of course, Lyon coming to this in 3rd, and for them, mathematically, they could go and win for the 16th place Saint-Étienne. They could go as high as 15th in the bloody league. I think Lyon will nick this one and get back to winning ways with a 2-0 win. But will it send them top of the pops? Will it? Well, no, it won't. Of course, PSG will lead the charge with 2 points clear over Lyon. Lille up to 43rd, 3 points after their draw against Reims. Of course, Monaco up to 4th, Rennes to 5th, and Marseille stay in 6th. At the foot table, Lorient and Dijon going down as it stands. Nîmes remain in that 18th spot as well. But of course, still lots of football to be played out in Ligue 1, of course, and be sure to get your picks in nice and early for that, because of not only can the Ligue 1 table can change, but the prediction league can also change with your picks as well. Be sure to give the video some love and smash that thumbs up, smash subscribe if you're new. Of course, so we got football picks from around the world, round of Europe. Of course, it is crazy stuff at the moment. Also check out the links down below: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and I'm also on Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best. best place to do it, though. But until then, though, can PSG and Pochettino's boys remain top of the pops? I think so, but of course it could all change. It could all change in a matter of days. But until then, though, I'll see you all next time around.